Hey, hello everyone. Still June the 12th, 2020, and I'm at the park. It's a beautiful day. My name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an Americanteer. Let's talk. I haven't touched bases on the police brutality issue yet, and it's not very shocking. I've lived throughout everywhere in this nation, and I've lived and hung out in Arkansas, Tennessee, Missouri, Kansas, and over the years I have definitely have been pulled over, especially by state police on highways, and held there for hours while they go through my whole life of me with a fine-tooth comb, trying to find something that they could, I guess, maybe arrest me on or do something with me. Luckily for me, I'm never doing something wrong, so I got off the hook. But that's just one part of it all. And I've also experienced the flip side of it all. And I have, I'm not going to go into detail, but there have been times in my life where I have resisted arrest. And I know what that's like. I mean, cops took me down, and no matter how I fought back, it was easy for them to take me down. And there have been other times where I just asked what my rights are, and I remember asking an officer what my rights are, and they ended up just throwing me against the wall. I bounced off the wall and then to the ground, where two cops were on my back, detaining my legs and my arms, and the other cop was standing there with his boot planted on the side of my face for a good 5 or 10 minutes, why they just kind of held me there until they could figure out what to do. And I think a officer psychologist kind of stepped in and to make sure that I was okay to kind of let go of, because I was being such a pain. I didn't mean to be a pain. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a rebel, or I have been in the past. I mean, not so much anymore. It's not my thing, but I have spoken back, and I have tried to exercise my rights with law enforcement, and it always turned out to be a bad situation for me. And so basically, when it comes to law enforcement, the way I see it is that they are automatically already stripping me of my rights or anything before they even ask me my name. They already are in an authoritatism kind of movement, maybe bully, maybe acting like a bouncer in the community. Which is all part of hate, which goes back to social discrimination, and goes back to, I'm not blaming the officers so much, or the police. It's a deeper issue. The reason they think they can get away with that and do things like that to people is because they live in their own segregated society where it's encouraged. Where no one says anything. Everyone just, is all about that invisible stripping of dignity and keeping people down, and especially poor people, people of color. It's all part of this oppression that everyone is playing into, and a lot of them will say they didn't know it or they don't know it. I tend to disagree. I think they're fully aware of what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're just not ever going to admit to it, and I don't blame them, because basically what they're trying to say is I only favor my people, and if you're not one of my people, then you already you're already lost. I mean, I'm not going to help. I'm only going to go so far to help you. I'm only going to give you 25% or 50%, but I'm not going to give you 100% of making things better for you or easier for you, because you are not really one of me or one of my kind. And so I'm just going to, slowly break you down or treat you like you're invisible. So back to the police. They have a job to do. The people, we have a job to do too. We're unhappy with it like we are today, then we're just unhappy with it. It doesn't mean, it's not an isolated one-time issue. This has been going on for years and years and years and years. And a lot of people have died due to police brutality. A lot of people have been injured due to that. A lot of people have been falsely accused, falsely arrested. And they feel, I would imagine they feel somewhat exonerated because they only surround themselves with their kind of people, so they just kind of, high-five each other and like it's the right thing to do, or it's the Christian thing to do, or it's the American thing to do. And by far it is not. Hurting other people is just not cool at all, and I keep saying that. Back to the solution I was talking about a while back, where we all can start this baby step process of a point system, which we developed in the Americanteer system years back to help instigate and start paving roads across the nation for all Americans who want to participate in real change to become a part of this. And it requires like maybe 4 hours of your time a year, and that is it. And that is not bad for a grassroots movement, and also a way to help all Americans and to be a part of the solution and part of fixing a broken system, instead of complaining and blaming and us separating from each other because of this. I am talking about unification here. I'm not talking about separation. I'm not trying to say I am separate from them or it or they. We are all part of this together, and I don't hate any group or anybody more or less than others. If anything, I make fun of everybody equally. I have a sense of humor, so a lot of this stuff I can blow out of proportion, and to the point it becomes very laughable. Because some of the issues and things that we're doing in America are so trivialized or so small that it just doesn't make sense. I don't even know why people even embrace that kind of stuff. And a lot of that stuff we come up with unfair kind of movements. Like it's only toward a certain group of people. Certain against the Asians, against the Hispanics, against the blacks, against the Nigerians or the Muslims, and or against the white people. It is none of that plays into the Americanteer movement at all. It doesn't have any place at all. So that's what I'm saying. If you think you're really neutral and you think you're a real American and you think that you have what it takes to be an Americanteer, which it's going to be tough, because most people are so full, we're so self-absorbed in our own thing, and then we become, and not only that with our own self, but we also get so absorbed with other people around us that we start to echo what they're saying too. So and it just doesn't go anywhere. It just helps individuals feel more okay with themselves and what their actions are and what it means to them. So let's keep moving forward. Let's keep kicking butt. Let's join together. We can resolve all these issues as Americanteers. That's my point. And not because I'm a celeb or because I'm a millionaire. You know, I'm just a regular person. And sometimes real change just comes out of nowhere from regular people like me. Thanks again for your time. My name is Michael Tomlinson. Have a fabulous day. Enjoy it. And we'll talk later, okay? Thanks again. Ciao. Bye.